It's Friday!
Wind it up, baby!
Hey! All right, all you sports fans, are you ready for the most intense, hard-rocking sports show in Tampa Bay? Well, the next hour will totally blow you away with all the facts and top celebrities and the sports scene today!
Hi, this is Evander Holyfield, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Randy's on the sports scene, he's working all the time. Brings you all the scores you need, so get him on the line. Pick up the phone and call him now and say what's on your mind. They should pay him double, cause he's working overtime.
This is Evander Holyfield.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't think he believes it.
This is Larry Hirsch, Greg LeBron, Jim Palmer, Tony Fernandez, Hardy Nickerson. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Randy, this is Bill Murphy.
My two-man Randy Savage.
Ray Nitschke.
Chris Evert.
George Foreman, and I'm talking sports with Randy Harris.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Randy Harris? I don't think he believes it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's very important you don't stink today.
The Macho Man Randy Savage, and when I want to catch up on all the sports, I listen to the Randy Harris Show. That's the bottom line.
What is going on, everybody? It is another week. It is another Friday. I don't know. What's today's date?
31st of May.
Will be Kelly Ripa, Michael Strahan. Today is, and I never remember the dates and stuff. A lot of things to get to, some cool stuff, some giveaways. We've got the interview coming up with Steve Savanu, another Audio-Technica product. First and foremost, I had the coolest thing set to do to you, for you, on Wednesday night.
What would that be? Because we didn't do it, so I'm kind of interested.
Well, we didn't do it because the company didn't follow through.
That's a good reason not to.
It was supposed to be here on Tuesday. I was going to do it on the national show on Wednesday. Then I decided, well, maybe it'll come on Thursday and we'll do it today. And it didn't. I sent them an email. They haven't responded, so I'm assuming it's a no-go. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what we were going to do. On last Thursday in Las Vegas, there was a sort of a consumer show, nowhere near the Consumer Electronics Show. It was over at the Sands Convention Center. It was more for wireless products. And I walked around, and I found a phone case cover, which is why I called you about what phone you had.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
They didn't have the iPhone 4 case in stock. They only brought the 5s.
And that's why you were...
Because I would have been able to get it right away.
Right.
Take a wild guess. The name of, I don't think it's necessarily the name of the company, but in big bold letters on the back of the phone case, it said?
It better not be referring to an onion.
It said onion.
No shoot.
And I wanted that. That would have been awesome because in case you're just now tuning in, Wegs' new nickname is the Juicy Onion. And
Thank you.
I told her about it. She thought it would be awesome. We were going to do this great big promotion. And the back of your phone case would have been just onion.
And we would have taken pictures, and it would have been on Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. You probably could have yapped it as well.
We would have yapped it. We would have Mick Ferrari'd it. We would have the whole 9 yards. So it was really a shame because it was really, really awesome. I was definitely looking forward to it. I don't want to necessarily say bad news because being in the media, we are
news
down the road, right? News is news, but a little upset that former UFC heavyweight champion, former two-time UFC heavyweight champion Tim Sylvia was defeated this morning over in Malaysia or wherever ONE FC was. Big nasty gash on his, I guess, just above his eye.
Got cut up a little bit.
Got cut up. Wanted to continue, and they stopped it. Tim and I go way, way, way back. But, like I've always said, I could judge a fight between my wife and my son. I could judge a fight between my brother and my cousin. Winner wins, loser loses.
Yeah, that's just the way it is.
So that is the way it is. With that said, I am, Larry, if you're listening, Larry, sit down before I say this. I am rooting for the Miami Heat. Let me rephrase it. I am rooting for LeBron James. Because people hate LeBron James so much. I was in a car after our huge Thursday basketball game. Or was it Friday? No, it was Friday. It was Friday. So much fun. I can't wait till July. It was media. It was PR people covering the UFC. and I was driving one of the PR guys, and Ariel Helwani, a Canadian. I need to say that because people think I have this against Canadians, which I don't. And I kind of brought it up, and both of them said it stems from the TV show. From the decision. No, from the decision. You know, when LeBron went and made that big decision on ESPN, and it's
they
like
made such a big deal about that.
Exactly. Let it go.
Yeah.
It's not like he murdered somebody. Oh, that's football. I didn't say names. I didn't say names at all.
Be here for the next 55 minutes.
Exactly. I may not be.
That's awesome.
You know, but it all stems from the decision. It all stems from the fact that a TV network wanted to do this. And, you know, better judgment, maybe, you know, you say, hey, no, but why?
Did LeBron ask for any of that sort of production for the announcement?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, do you think he's looking for the exposure even 3 years ago?
Maybe at the time.
I don't think so.
No?
You know, he was the best player in the league 3 years ago. You know, it's one thing if no, I just don't get it. I mean, you know, if he's a dirty player, maybe. If he's as awful as Dwayne Wade, maybe, because that guy's awful. Awful. He's awful. Have you seen the series?
That's a little bit much. He might be off this series, but I wouldn't go ahead and say Dwayne Wade is an awful player.
I think he is. Now, is he injured? Is he injured? Possibly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do they ever come out and fully say, yes, I am playing hurt?
I think he has. I think he has. I'm just not a Wade guy. You know, I just don't think he's that good. Yeah. And where's Boston?
Now, are you comparing him to LeBron James?
Well, you can't,
because nobody can compare to him. So I think that's doing Dwayne and
he missed a layup last night.
Yeah.
Even in our game last Friday, I didn't miss a layup. I might have missed a 7-foot shot, but I didn't miss a layup. You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know. You know, is he tired? Is he beat up? Is he? I even tweeted last night, Heat, if you want to win, get Wade off the court. Somebody that you will be getting off the court, I believe, is Birdman. That's Shaq, by the way.
I tell you what, the way he plays, I mean, that's
why they have him.
He's definitely the enforcer. That's why he's there, and just the push on Tyler Hansbrough, and it wasn't even. I don't think it was even Hansbrough who had chipped him when he was going in.
It wasn't. And let me ask you this, and then we need to get to our Audio Technica segment. Would it have made it any better? Would it have made it any different if it was him that shoved him from behind? You know what I'm saying? He went and he hit a guy that didn't do it, and everybody's saying what you said, he wasn't even involved.
Right.
Isn't it just as bad if he would have done it if he was the guy that did it?
No, I don't think it's as bad, because if it's actually better if he retaliated against the guy that pushed him in the first place.
What's the golden rule? What's the golden rule? You played for Team USA in baseball. What's the golden rule?
You're supposed to treat others.
No, not none of that crap. You don't retaliate in front of judges. The first guy gets, or referees, the first guy gets away.
It's
the second guy. So you wait, you hold it. With that said, let's welcome to the program, as we do each and every other week from Audio Technica, Steve Savanier. Steve, how are you?
Good, Randy. I'm doing great. You know, I would just tackle the cameraman.
There you go.
Boom. Now nobody sees it.
Yeah, as long as nobody sees it, it didn't happen. You know, if the tree falls in the woods.
Absolutely.
Exactly. All right, let's talk about a very cool product. We're going a little bit bigger than we have the past couple episodes. We're talking about the ATH ANC 29 today.
Yes, this is a new entry into our active noise canceling headset line, and we basically took an older model and we kind of redeveloped it, and we improved the noise cancellation. We went all the way up to like 85% now, and we kind of stylized it a little bit, because it's not how you look, it's how you look, and so we've stylized the headphones a little bit more. We've made them more comfortable. We added more padding in the headband. And, of course, part of the noise cancellation is obviously the active noise cancellation. The other part is how well those earphones seal around your ears and around your head. And with the new ANC 29, we actually have improved that a little bit with softer ear pads and a little bit more cushioning in the headband. So that's the big thing about these guys, and 87% active noise cancellation.
And you said something that I've been saying for years and years. As a matter of fact, when I was coaching a Little League team, I believe a 17-year-old high school superstar baseball player once told me, if you can't operate, decorate.
Absolutely. And, these guys have a kind of a real new bold AT logo look, but it's still subtle. and a redesigned ear cup that's just a little bit more attractive looking and just a little classier looking than some of the other headphones that are out there in the marketplace. And of course, as always, they still will pass audio even if the battery dies, and you can remove the cable or unplug the cable if you just want to use them for noise cancellation. You're not really listening to anything.
It's funny that you brought it up because that was my next fishing line that I was going to throw out there to you. I was with my son on a trip. He has a very extremely expensive pair of headphones. The battery died, and he was done. There was nothing that he could do, and I'm like, hey, enjoy it. And then I said, you know what? I'll be the good guy. Take my battery because my headphones work without them.
Correct. And, that's one of the things with our ANC 29s is should the battery die? The battery always dies, halfway between L.A. and New York on that long flight. And the headphones will still pass audio. Obviously, the active noise cancellation won't work, but you can still at least listen to audio so you can get to the end of your flight and then, buy some batteries in the airport gift shop.
Talk about, and again, we always do a real quick technical thing. A lot of sports people are like, I don't need to be technical. As long as I can't hear my wife screaming at me, we're perfect. But talk about what it means, the 40mm drivers. What does that mean?
Well, these are a 40-millimeter diameter driver, and they're a larger driver. And, of course, as we all know from the loudspeaker world, the larger the driver, the better the bass response is. And so we get a really nice, solid bass response on these guys with that big 40-millimeter driver. It just gives you an improvement in sound over some headphones with smaller drivers.
And it's ironic because these drivers are bigger than 99.5% of the NASCAR drivers.
Of course.
That's rough.
I was getting a dirty look from Weg, so I kind of stepped over the line there. Steve, we are going to be giving this pair away as we do each and every other Friday when we do these segments. But where can people get information? Where can they go out and purchase?
You can find the more information about these at www.audio-technica.com. And these guys will be available in major retailers here at the end of this month, first part of June. These are brand new, so we're just getting them out to the dealers right now.
Awesome. And don't you have a Florida trip coming up?
I'm going to be in Orlando a week tomorrow for the Infocom trade show. So hopefully you'll be able to swing down for a couple hours. We can just sit around and chat about headphones.
We can talk headphones, sports, and a whole lot of other stuff. Steve, thank you for your time and have a great weekend.
Randy, have a great weekend too, and hopefully we'll see you in a week or so.
Absolutely. Steve Savanu, everybody, from Audio-Technica. All you have to do to register for these headphones, shoot me an email through knockoutradio.com. In the subject line, put ATH, put headphones, put whatever you want. Drawing at 11:59:59 tonight. We've been giving these away each and every Friday. It has been outstanding. When we come back, we will continue talking about last night. We'll talk about what's going on with the Rays, any updated Buccaneer news. There's some NFL news on OTAs and what happened with Maurice Jones-Drew. That should get interesting. And Hall of Fame, MMA, UFC talk. I want to continue that when we return. This is Talking Sports, brought to you by Post It, Share It, Sell It.com.
Hi, this is Don Maynard. I'm talking sports with Randy Harris.
You're hungry. Where do you go to eat?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
You want to have a drink? Where do you go?
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Having a get-together with the guys from the softball team? Where do you do it?
That's right, Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Located at 1320 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, right across from Tropicana Field. Berg's is the best place to take the whole family for food and fun. Going to a Rays game? Have dinner before the game at Berg's, and after the Rays win, come and celebrate with all your friends at Berg's, right across from the Trop. So come down and see Berg and the whole gang at Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Berg Sports Bar and Grill.
Regal Entertainment Group, where we do entertainment big. Regal Cinemas Theaters feature stadium seating, crystal clear picture quality, and the latest of digital surround sound. Interested in free movies, popcorn, soft drinks, and more? Join the Regal Crown Club. Membership is free. As a member, you'll earn credits for free concessions and movie tickets, learn about monthly offers, and can create your own personalized movie page. Sign up at regmovies.com or at any Regal Cinemas Theater. Become a Regal Crown Club member today.
At Tour de Pizza, we pride ourselves on making delicious, healthy food at an affordable price. Signature pizzas, fresh salads, hearty subs, and calzones. Tour de Pizza has it all and offers dine-in, carry-out, and delivery service. Tour de Pizza is located at 4th Street in St. Petersburg, so give them a call today at 727-895-5555. That's 727-895-5555. You'll be glad you did. Is your significant other nagging you about cleaning out the garage? Or spending too much on a storage unit? Needing to sell or purchase new or used equipment for your business? PostShareSell.com is your solution. A cool and innovative way to buy, sell, or trade online. With an easy-to-use mobile phone app and built-in sharing capabilities, post a free ad in less than 60 seconds. PostShareSell.com. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Post it, share it, sell it.
This is Hall of Famer Deacon Jones, and we're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
So what did you think, and then we'll move on, what did you think about last night's Heat game? What did you think about LeBron, how he totally dominated? I saw on the Four Letter Network, I think it was 16, 14, and 1. Do you know what that stands for?
No.
I believe it was the third, LeBron scored 16, the Pacers scored 14, Wade and Bosch scored 1.
Oh, I didn't know about the Wade and Bosch. I had heard, I thought it was 16-13.
All right, so
but, I mean, he did. He outscored the Pacers completely.
I like his motivation speech.
What were you able to see it?
No,
because
which I liked better.
They blurred out everything,
which that's telling you that he was getting in their face, and what he said afterwards. And this is true. They're not going to win on the talent. They're not going to win on what people think how good they are. They need to go out there and perform. And let's be honest, this series has been so close. They could have already lost all 4.
Certainly, yeah.
They could have also won all 4.
They are. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised at how the Pacers have performed. I did not think they really had much of a shot to win more than one game.
Keep in mind, I believe that the Pacers dominated the Heat in Indianapolis.
Yes.
So,
which I guess has been sort of Miami's MO. They go on the road and they don't really do all that well, but they completely own everybody when they're in Miami. So they've had to fight through that adversity. They obviously, LeBron owned yesterday and was able to show that he is, no kidding, the MVP and lit the fire under the troops.
All right, so which is it? Because LeBron's now done it twice, he's done it 3 times. Twice where he's come back to win, and the one time where he had the 2 turnovers that, I don't want to say basically cost the game. It cost the game in that last minute or so, last minute and a half when he had the 2 turnovers. Which is the more uncommon? The fact that he had the 2 turnovers, or now after he's done it twice, is LeBron the guy? Is LeBron who you need to have in the ball in his hands and just hope he doesn't do the turnover?
Certainly, yeah. I definitely think he's the one that has to have the ball. It used to be for the Heat. It used to be Wade.
I don't even want that clown shooting free throws.
And he wasn't performing at the end in the last 2 minutes at all anyway. So LeBron has stepped in and filled those shoes and done that well. And he allows everybody else around him to perform as well.
Does Birdman get suspended?
I say a game. Anything more than that is too much, and I think with the way it happened, he needs to get 1 game, so yeah.
Were you surprised he didn't get ejected like what happened earlier? Because it happened earlier.
Right, no, I'm not surprised because, especially with the emotion of this particular series, it's been chippy a lot of the time. So I still think that
I don't care about that.
Well, they're going to give him a little bit more wiggle room.
They should, kind of like what we've talked about MMA wise. You don't give one more than the other. If it's a penalty, I know they do. I know they do. I'm saying that they necessarily shouldn't, but they definitely do. Heat win in 6, Heat win in 7, or do you think the Pacers come back and take it?
6.
I don't think the Pacers are going to win in Miami.
No, not at all. I think that game 5 took too much out of the Pacers. It wasn't necessarily the closest of games at the end. They won by 11. The manner in which they won, I think that the Pacers just won't have it for this last game, and Miami's going to keep the pedal to the metal and run through them in this last game.
Let me ask our listeners, 866-10-1340, if you feel like picking up the phone. You can also tweet us at Knockout Radio.
At KOEGS.
You can also Facebook us. You can also, I'm now into the smoke screen, so if you can get a smoke screen up. When the NFL is off, when the NFL season is over at the end of January, early February, do you take a break from football for 6 months?
No.
Do you? Well, see, I'm not as hyped. I don't stay as up on it. I don't get as involved because it really doesn't matter until July and August again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The season has to start for at least from the media standpoint to really get back into it. But even for the players, they aren't as into it because you have to give yourself some rest. So, I mean, everybody involved takes a break on the offseason. That's what the offseason is for.
Yeah, but there's a lot of fans who don't.
Certainly,
There's a lot of fans that, every day is football, every day is baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever. Speaking of hockey.
That was incredible. That was incredible. I loved watching that game.
First of all, not the biggest hockey guy in the world. I cover it, but I'm not the biggest hockey guy in the world. But without a doubt, the greatest words in sports. And I think you told me something about the Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby is the most exciting 2 minutes in all of sports.
Yeah, well,
which is a true statement.
Okay, in your Kentucky, whatever. The most exciting thing in sports, the most exciting words in sports. Matter of fact, the most exciting thing, period, the most exciting words, period, is overtime hockey.
True.
Now step it up a notch.
Now it's game 7. Yeah.
Playoff overtime hockey, and then the greatest words in the English language, game 7 overtime hockey.
Absolutely.
There is nothing better. You go into extra innings, you give up a home run first pitch in the 10th inning, you still got a long way to go before the game's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Still some
basketball,
time.
overtime. You still have minutes left. It's not like the first shot, the first point wins.
Yeah, it's golden goal.
Overtime, game 7 hockey. Because I'm sitting there watching that game, and I don't even care. I don't have a dog in the fight, and I'm like, this is awesome. Oh, ooh, ooh.
God, just watching your face as you did that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Coming up
I'm
next,
pretty
we're
sure,
for the sports guy.
Pretty sure that Detroit had a 3-1 lead going into that, or going into Game 5, right? So the Blackhawks came back from being down 3-1.
Which the Blackhawks are your number 1 seed.
Yeah,
the
so
Blackhawks
they were down
early in the season, couldn't find a loss.
Yeah, they were obviously at that time the team to beat, and they come fighting back. And not only that, but the manner in which they made it to overtime, and the referees, the call last 2 minutes. What are your thoughts on that? Did you see the play that was away from the play?
I did see the play. And again, I don't know enough about what you're supposed to be watching and when. It's like the Indianapolis 500 rules are different than the Daytona 500 rules. Mm-hmm. Because Sean KO Radio, whatever his, Armbar Sean or whatever his name is, was bitching about that. In Indy, where in Daytona it stops, you still have to do the yellow, green, black, blue, and purple flag. Where in Indianapolis they can end, on the caution.
Okay.
So I don't really know, but I know in hockey you're supposed to, especially if the attacking team has the puck, it doesn't stop the play.
True.
In anything.
True.
But it did. He stopped the play, and in a slap shot scores. Chicago goes up 2-1 with a minute something left, but no, it's called off. The only thing more beautiful than all that, and it's not beautiful, is when you go to replay. And I know you know this, but maybe a lot of people don't. When you go to replay at a Major League Baseball game, they go into the dugout, they watch the replay. At an NFL game, they pull that stupid thing over their head so that nobody can see them. They grab a hot dog, they're in there eating, and then they go up into the press box. Not the NHL. The NHL, they go to a phone and call Toronto.
And they have guys that are back
watching in Toronto
at a center that go back and tell them yes or no. Go with this call.
I love that.
So I have heard some talk about people wanting that for Major League Baseball as well. I don't know what I think about that. I think you throw replay into it a little bit too much, and you lose a little bit of the game.
I would be okay with it. I'm just saying because I thought it was funny that you go to Toronto and whatever. I would be okay with it because it would be consistent. That's the beauty of going to a center for it. It's the same guy. So if that same play happens here that happens there, you're going to get, it may be wrong, but at least you're going to get the same answer at both games or every game. My biggest problem in anything, and we talk a lot of mixed martial arts on this program, and we talk a lot, obviously, on Knockout Radio, is the fact that a call may go one way here, but another way there. Be consistent. It's the same yay, nay, or indifferent. 866-10-1340. Pick up the phone. We normally don't ask for calls.
Yeah,
I'm in a giving mood.
Okay.
Maybe because I won't be here next week.
You got some stuff to give away today?
I'm sure I could find something. I'll reach into your pocket. I'll grab some money,
Okay.
or I'll grab a Burger
You're looking
King
in
card.
my pocket for money.
Wrong place.
Yeah.
So, with all that said, I was happy. I was kind of rooting for the 7 seed.
Because you like to see an upset.
Yeah,
things change
exactly.
around. Yeah, that makes
Exactly. But after that bad call, then all of my thoughts went for the team that should have won. I hope does go on to win.
Yeah, and it would have been a whole lot more controversy if Detroit had ended up winning.
Absolutely.
And just people would have, Chicago might have exploded.
The team that I kind of like to root against, and it's funny because I liked them when they first started, the Mighty Ducks.
Quack.
Quack, quack, Mr. Ducksworth. I like to root against them. I like to root against the Kings because now all of a sudden, the Kings have now become popular because they won the Cup. Now all of a sudden, all these celebrities are showing up at the rink. Where were they 3 years ago?
They're bandwagoners.
Once Wayne Gretzky showed up, then all of a sudden they jumped on board. Once Wayne Gretzky left, now they all left. And the funniest thing to happen, and then we're going to go to everybody's favorite caller here in a second, was I'm sure you saw about Keyshawn Johnson and Justin Bieber.
Yes, I did.
You know about all that.
Yes.
Keyshawn got in his Prius and chased down Justin Bieber, who ran into his house like a little child. And I'm glad because Keyshawn might have ended up in prison. He might have ended up in jail because he would have beat the living snot out of him. So Justin Bieber is at the row 1 of the hockey game, up on the glass, and I guess the commentator said, "Hey, Keyshawn Johnson, we found Justin Bieber. Come get Justin Bieber."
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
Well done.
Speaking of awesome, let's go to the phone lines, 866-10-1340. What's up, Rob?
Hey, Randy, go Chicago Blackhawks and go Miami Heat.
Okay, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
And
It's a good
you got
playoffs.
any giveaways today, Randy?
I don't know. What do you have around that's available?
Well, we'll have to ask Cedric during the break. We'll have to see what's over at the main studio, at the mothership.
First of all, I went over to Rob's house a week ago, and he didn't even come to the door.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you going over there for, to get some of our prizes back?
No, I was taking him Downtown Dave's book. Downtown Dave has a book, and I was taking it over to him, and I went over there, and he didn't even come to the door.
Now, did you know that he was in the house?
Yeah.
And it's funny, and I'll tell a quick story, and then we'll hit this break. But and I won't throw him under the bus, but there was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer who I was making, like I can possibly make somebody, reimburse me for a limo. I had a limo for said athlete to come do an appearance. He did a no-show. The limo told me that he pulled up to his driveway, saw said athlete look through the blinds, see him, and then he shut the blinds and went back inside.
No way.
How about that?
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, that's the thing. When stuff like that happens, it's hard to get a gift or a giveaway or something
Very
like that.
cool. So, Rob, you win. You win a copy of Downtown Dave's book. All you have to do is get to the station, pick it up. Cedric has it for you. With that said,
I dropped it off. He has it, man.
Is it autographed?
No.
All right, Rob, this is what you won today for calling the show. Bring Downtown Dave's book back to the station, and I will have Downtown Dave sign the book for you. He will autograph the book, and then that is my gift for you today. If you'd like to grab Rob's line or anybody else's, 866-10-1340. We'll be right back.
I'm Ben Roethlisberger, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Is your significant other nagging you about cleaning out the garage? Or spending too much on a storage unit? Needing to sell or purchase new or used equipment for your business? PostShareSell.com is your solution. A cool and innovative way to buy, sell, or trade online. With an easy-to-use mobile phone app and built-in sharing capabilities, post a free ad in less than 60 seconds. PostShareSell.com. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Post it, share it, sell it.
I am Salties.
Can you imagine Salties? Imagine a place that becomes something absolutely unforgettable.
Salties, a premier seafood restaurant.
$1 trillion waterfront view of the Seattle skyline.
World-class seafood, steaks, service, and smiles.
Salties is award-winning brunch.
You will be a happy guest.
Your life is our celebration.
Your table is waiting at Salties.
Go to Salties.com and make your reservation today. Salties, Alki Beach, Redondo Beach, and Columbia River.
It's time. My 360 view of the UFC. The upcoming autobiography from Bruce Buffer. Bruce peels back the curtain for a look like no other into the life of one of the most famous voices in combat sports history. It's time. My 360 view of the UFC.
If you're hearing these words, chances are that you, like me, are a fan of the great sport we call mixed martial arts. I'm that guy you see at every UFC match, roaring into the microphone. Yeah, I might not be the most subtle or refined announcer in the business, but I hope I communicate my passion for the sport in a way no other announcer does.
Pre-order your copy today at Amazon.com or BufferZone.net. Available May 14th.
Celebrate your passion for the Ultimate Fighting Championship at the UFC Fan Expo, presented by Fox Sports 1 on Friday and Saturday, July 5th and 6th at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. Meet your favorite fighters and industry icons. Attend special Q&A sessions and keynote addresses. Train with legends of the sport. Participate in grappling and fitness challenges, and so much more. UFC Fan Expo, presented by Fox Sports 1 in Las Vegas, July 5th and 6th. The ultimate fan experience. Tickets and exhibitor space available now at UFCFanExpo.com.
Hi, this is Scott Hamilton. You're listening to, or maybe you're not, to Talking Sports with Randy Harris. Enjoy the show.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Talking Sports. First half of the show down.
What if we don't want to welcome them back?
Well, you might not want to. I do.
I'm just saying.
I'm doing the show next week, so I want to have people back. I want people back because I want callers next week to help me to keep me from floundering too bad.
Okay.
But you mentioned earlier Maurice Jones-Drew.
Welcome back, everybody.
There we go. And the shenanigans that went down.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that this guy who was allegedly beat to a pulp by Jones-Drew suffered so many injuries. I mean, he has a dislocated jaw and spinal injuries, and apparently there's video of all of this, but I'd think that he would have been charged by now. If there's video, there's video evidence.
But, of course, from what I understand, Drew's agent says this didn't happen. The guy who got all beat up says he has video. So it'll be interesting. It'll be, who's out for what, kind of thing.
Do you see this getting settled out of court?
Oh, yeah. Don't they always?
Usually, unless you're Ray Lewis. Then it gets settled in court and in prison.
No, he didn't go to prison, did he?
Well, he
didn't.
He made it out. He had to stay in the chokey for a little bit, though.
Chokey?
The chokey.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called in Kentucky?
No, that's not a Kentucky term. But there's just so many bad things that happen with high-name sports people.
And sometimes it's their fault, but let's be honest. I've been with guys out there. I've been with Ken Shamrock. I've been with, not to throw him out name, but I'm just saying people come up to Ken Shamrock as an example and try to pick a fight with him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying is a lot of this is just people trying to get something out of a big name person, a celebrity, somebody who they feel has something to lose and they stand to get money or some sort of recognition or whatnot. It's sad when things like this happen, because at least in my personal experience, whenever I see that, my knee-jerk reaction is it's somebody trying to get something out of an athlete. It's not a legitimate gripe.
99 point, I'll be like Audio Technica, 97.5% of the time. I was going to ask Steve, what's the difference between an 85% and an 87%?
That is very, very specific.
2%.
That is specific. So, but yeah, as you said, Jones-Drew's agent is saying nothing happened, that it wasn't him. So we'll see how that plays out. But a little bit closer to home, we haven't talked about anything race-wise yet. They've won 5 in a row. Look out. They're
making waves.
They're making waves over here in the AL East, and it's been their pitching that's really been a huge part of that. They haven't really had the strongest pitching staff this season, and then all of a sudden they flipped a switch. They've won 5 straight now. Granted, it's been against I think the last 4 of those games were against the Marlins, so it's not like they're playing anybody too big.
I believe, without going out on too much of a limb, because I hate when people go, I believe your Team USA team could beat the Marlins.
Oh, I'd agree with that.
Right.
Certainly.
So, let's don't jump all over the Tampa Bay Rays just yet. By the way, the Tampa Bay Rays that play in St. Pete, not the Tampa Bay Rays that play in Tampa. Let's don't get too excited. They're beating up on a team that's not very good.
But they're getting wins.
They are getting wins. And to be honest, you have to beat those teams.
Those are the need to win.
The gimmies.
Because you should be winning them. And if not, that's when you're having issues.
Let's talk about, real briefly, UFC 160 happened last Saturday on pay-per-view in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. It was a great card.
That was a great card. And that was, in my opinion, one of the better pay-per-views of recent note. The pay-per-views have not been as good quality, and it's almost been the free TV, the cable TV stuff has been where the quality fights have been. So it was good to see hard-hitting action, not much in the way of decisions, but
which everybody wants. People don't want necessarily decisions. I don't think people.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think fans, they don't want decisions, but they certainly don't want TJ Grant fights either.
True. Because then they don't
quick
get anything
knockouts,
out of it.
right? You don't get your money's worth. And what's kind of funny, the one fight on the main card that I wanted to watch the least, the one fight on the main card that I hoped Mark Hunt didn't get his visa. I hope that he didn't get in, so Roy Nelson would have taken over, the fight with JDS. Turned out to be the best fight of the night.
And not to pat myself on the back too much, but I called that. My fight of the card the previous Wednesday night on Knockout Radio was that fight because I felt that was going to be one of the closer fights. And I didn't think that Bigfoot Silva had any sort of a chance against Cain Velasquez, and it turned out to be that way.
Well, it was 2 against 1. It was 2 against 1 in that fight. I think Cain wins the fight, whether it's 1-on-1 or 2-on-1, but let's be honest, it was 2 against 1. Illegal punches.
Yeah.
Proven.
Yeah.
Cain Velasquez threw illegal, punches to the back of the head, and then Bigfoot even tweeted pictures of the back of his head.
Ask if you had seen
and I'm not trying to say sour grapes because, again, don't care who wins, don't care anything about that. I want the right guy to win, and Cain was going to win anyway, but illegal strikes, an early stoppage.
Yes.
And like
Boom.
Dana says, and the promoters really have nothing to say about who are the referees for fights, but wouldn't common sense, and I know that that's a word in any sport or really in life, that's not used enough because common sense is not used enough. How do you have a small guy referee heavyweights, and then you have big guys referee and bantamweight fights? Just use your head.
Yeah.
Use common sense that you want a bigger guy refereeing bigger fights.
Well, and the
bigger, guy fights, not bigger in what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because it's the heavyweight title fight doesn't make it a bigger fight than the TJ Grant fight. I'm saying bigger fights, the heavyweight guys over the middleweight guys.
Physically larger individuals. And case in point, Kim Winslow. She has been the referee for heavyweight fights before.
I did say on Wednesday night, I'm bitching about referees, and Kim Winslow didn't ref, so I should keep my mouth shut.
You keep your mouth shut?
Yeah, just, and what's... Oh, now you got me started.
Here we go.
God.
There we go.
Why do referees do gang signs? They're gang signs. Are they or are they not?
I don't know. What is it? Is it Herb Dean or Yamasaki who does the
Yamasaki does the heart.
The heart. Yeah. I don't know if that's considered a gang sign.
It's a gang sign.
A heart?
Absolutely. It's a gang sign. The twitching of the nose, it's a gang sign. It is. Now, it might not be a gang sign of, the Bloods or the Crips or what's the Harley Riders or, whatever, but it's a gang sign. It could
Hell's
be,
Angels.
Yeah, Hell's Angels. It could be, just a gang sign of, 8-year-olds back at his house, but it's a gang sign.
Okay.
You're a referee. I don't need to see the heart. I don't need to see you tug your nose. I don't need to see you pull your ear. You're a referee. They bitch about the fact that they can't walk around, that they're referees. You know what I'm saying? They complain about doing the autographs, doing the pictures. They're referees. They're umpires. How many people run up to an umpire in Major League Baseball and say, hey, can I get your picture?
Well, that's a fair point. But and I agree, that is how it's supposed to be, because you don't want them to have too much of an ego. You don't want them to have too much of an involvement in the sport. And when I say that, I mean you don't want them dictating outcomes. They're supposed to be in the background. They keep everything. They manage everything, but they're not supposed to be out there, if that makes sense.
No, it definitely makes sense. They're supposed to be seen and not heard.
Yes.
They're supposed to be like your children. I'm just saying. Isn't that what
seen and not heard?
You always tell your children that? I remember my parents.
Last time I checked, I don't have any kids, but I don't know that for a fact.
No, your parents never said that to you growing up?
No.
Oh my God, I was told that 87 times a day. You're to be seen, not heard. We'd go out to dinner. You're to be seen, not heard. We were the most polite kids, and then we'd beat the crap out of each other at the house.
That I believe.
Yeah, because we couldn't. There were some things we've done in that house growing up. I'm not sure the statute of limitations. This just in, and then we're going to hit a quick break. If you ever break your windows of your house, okay, my next door neighbor, we broke him playing baseball in our living room with a tennis ball. We threw it. We became dodgeball. We broke a glass. We're freaking out. Oh, my parents are going to come home soon. We're going to get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. We ran to our next door neighbor, who was Johnny on the spot.
Okay.
This guy was the best, and we're talking back a long time ago. He had the custom van, which was, oh, this is cool. He's a cool guy. We're like, what do we do? What do we do? He took the glass, and he moved the glass from outside to inside.
Oh, good call.
You like that, huh? Because we didn't break it. Somebody rode by and threw a rock and broke our glass.
Nice.
866-10-1340. We'll hit our final break.
It's time. My 360 view of the UFC. The upcoming autobiography from Bruce Buffer. Bruce peels back the curtain for a look like no other into the life of one of the most famous voices in combat sports history. It's time. My 360 view of the UFC.
If you're hearing these words, chances are that you, like me, are a fan of the great sport we call mixed martial arts. I'm that guy you see at every UFC match, roaring into the microphone. Yeah, I might not be the most subtle or refined announcer in the business, but I hope I communicate my passion for the sport in a way no other announcer does.
Pre-order your copy today at Amazon.com or BufferZone.net. Available May 14th.
Is your significant other nagging you about cleaning out the garage? Or spending too much on a storage unit? Needing to sell or purchase new or used equipment for your business? PostShareSell.com is your solution. A cool and innovative way to buy, sell, or trade online. With an easy-to-use mobile phone app and built-in sharing capabilities, post a free ad in less than 60 seconds. PostShareSell.com. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Post it, share it, sell it.
Celebrate your passion for the Ultimate Fighting Championship at the UFC Fan Expo, presented by Fox Sports 1 on Friday and Saturday, July 5th and 6th at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. Meet your favorite fighters and industry icons. Attend special Q&A sessions and keynote addresses. Train with legends of the sport. Participate in grappling and fitness challenges, and so much more. UFC Fan Expo, presented by Fox Sports 1 in Las Vegas, July 5th and 6th. The Ultimate Fan Experience. Tickets and exhibitor space available now at UFC.
Great food and good times at Babalu Restaurant and Bar, located at 9246 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. From the breakfast, Atkins, and full menu to the beer, wine, and liquor bar, Babalu Restaurant has it all. Check out their menus online at BabaluEats.com and then dine in, carry out, or get it delivered. Wings, burgers, sandwiches, and much, much more for the whole family at Babalu Restaurant and Bar in St. Pete on 4th Street and 92nd Avenue.
Hi, this is Mike Allsap from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're talking sports with Randy Harris.
Hey, let's go back to the Talking Sports Show.
All right, we are back, 866-10-1340. Before we go back out to the phone lines, are you a big conspiracy theorist kind of guy?
Not too much, no.
Your alma mater over here in St. Pete, where you went to high school, and I'm sure you know the smaller schools as well, replaced their high school football coach.
Yes, yes, they did.
Their new football coach came in and just recently resigned.
Had not heard that.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
That part.
So my question for you to research What was rumored or what was stated in the media was the fact that his family couldn't get accustomed to the move. Is it that, or is it the fact that that football team now only has like 19 players between injuries, graduated, and people that didn't want to come back and play now that the former coach left and all that kind of stuff? Kind of interesting, huh? There's also conspiracy theorists who believe with the Ronda Rousey fight and what happened, with Kat and bringing in Misha Tate. And I spoke to somebody yesterday, and some interesting stuff's going to come out of that over the next couple of weeks on Knockout Radio. Right now, let's go to the phone lines. I wonder if we're going to talk Miami Heat. Larry, how are you?
Hey, Randy, I'm doing fine. Yeah, I'm calling about the Heat. It looks like the Heat going to be there, Randy. But, Randy, what are the most popular sports right now in America? NFL, will you agree?
Yeah, football is the most popular sport.
Yeah, most popular. And one good thing about the NFL, you really don't know who's going to – I mean, you can guess, but right now, probably like 10 to 15 teams might have a good chance of making it to the Super Bowl. And it's hard to say who's going to get there. A lot of things can happen that can change things. And I'm thinking that sports are more, like even with baseball, you don't know who's going to get there. But with basketball right now, we already know. I mean, for the season started, you had a feeling that most people would have a feeling that Miami would be in the championship again. I think they're going to win it, but they'll be there. And I think they take away from that sport of a team that you know they are already going to be there. I think I like the competition better. I know you say you would rather that a team go win 10 years in a row. But I think I like NFL. And every city is so excited with NFL because everybody got a chance. Except maybe a few teams, maybe the Raiders don't have a chance, and maybe a couple other teams don't have a chance. But most of the teams have a good chance of making the playoffs and a possibility of getting to the Super Bowl game. I think with the NBA, with the East, we know Miami's going to be there.
I agree with everything you said, and I'm the guy, to be honest with you, Larry, I'm the guy that doesn't like, the New England Patriots there every year, the L.A. Lakers there every year. And I never said that I want a team to win 10 years in a row. I said I want LeBron James to win 10 years in a row.
Oh, Coach, you like him as a player then. That's your opinion. You like him. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. No.
I look at it differently. I misunderstood you.
Yeah, no.
You love a team that do what they did and try to win the championship every year. Get all the good players. Have players to say, I'll take less money to go to Miami instead of going to the team who drafted you.
I like that players want to win so badly that they're willing to take less money and go somewhere else. I'm not a big fan of dominant teams of, I can't think of the word that I'm thinking of, that dynasties that win year in, year out. And it's not necessarily that I'm a big LeBron James fan. I'm just not a fan of, and please don't take this personally, Larry, I'm not a big fan of people that dislike LeBron James because he made the decision to do this.
Right.
There's so many people that and hate's a strong word, but hate LeBron James because he wanted to win a title so bad that he took less money and left Cleveland. And it's different. And you and I have talked about it. It's no different than any other team. If it wasn't the hatred, I would not care. I still don't own a LeBron James shirt. I still don't own LeBron James shoes. I'm not the biggest whatever. The guy is the best player in the NBA. And I just don't like that he's hated, in my opinion, for the wrong reasons.
Right. But I think also the team made a unwise decision a few years ago when he was in Cleveland. Boozer was on that team, and he was a free agent, and they said, we'll let him test the market. And Utah paid him more money than they could pay him, and he left to go to Utah, in which they should not have. They could have signed him before that had happened. But because of that, they lose him. They brought other guys there when they got older, but they could not play as well as they were playing when they were younger. And I think they made some unwise decisions. That's why they probably didn't win a championship.
It's one of the most, I don't want to say unwise, because we'll always say Portland made the most unwise decision in NBA history. But, they did make some mistakes, and, it is what it is. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. I think Miami does get to the finals. With the way Dwayne Wayne's playing right now, God knows how that's going to play out. But I think LeBron has proven again with what happened last night that he is the best basketball player on the planet.
Right. There's no one should disagree with that. No one should disagree. Even though you don't like him, you know he's the best ball player right now. And it's hard to compare him with Jordan. Now, it's hard to compare because it was two different years, and it's just hard. One played they played different positions, but both are good. Which one you rather have? You had a team to start off with Jordan, or would you start off with LeBron?
All right. Do you want to call me an idiot now, or do you want me to answer it first?
Go ahead and answer it first. I don't call you. I don't call you idiot. What would you say?
I would rather have LeBron James.
I would not disagree with you. Some would say magic or whatever. I would not disagree.
And I'll tell you why. And you kind of stated it, Larry. They're two entirely different ball players. Michael Jordan wasn't necessarily a team player, but he was more successful, winning a team sport. LeBron James brings out the better in players. His assists. He's there to win games. He doesn't shoot, 47 times. He doesn't score 65 a game like Jordan did, like Kobe does. I just think LeBron's a better team guy. He would just as soon pass, but if the team can't score, he can take it over and win as well.
Right. I think LeBron can make me better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just be open, and he'll get the ball to you. Just be open, because if your player is the guy defending you, leave you and go to him, you should be wide open for your good shot. So I'm still pulling for Indianapolis to win. I'm pulling for San Antonio. I don't want Miami to win, so I'm still pulling against them. So
that's why I love you, Larry. At least you're consistent.
Yeah. You guys have a good one, man. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much. Larry. We appreciate the call.
One thing I want to get to.
I'm going to talk to LeBron. Seriously. I'm going to talk to LeBron after the series, whenever that final series is, and I'm going to say, LeBron. I'm going to say, Bron, come here.
Bron.
What's the guy on ESPN? Stephen Smith.
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. I once called out Michael A. Smith thinking it was Stephen A. Smith. And I'm going to pull the Stephen A. Smith. It's LeBron. When I spoke to LeBron, I'm going to say, Bron, I need you to sign with the Celtics because I got this good buddy Larry. And the only way that we can turn him into a LeBron fan is if you sign with the Celtics. And let's see if we'll pull it off.
I'll say no.
Have you seen the parodies on Saturday Night Live of Stephen A. Smith?
Love them.
They are the best.
Love them. I was talking to Kobe.
And then
we're good friends.
And they ran it on ESPN so that he saw it and he lost it. He just thought it was the funniest thing.
That's fantastic. One thing I wanted to get back to, something Larry brought up, was the predictability of basketball versus NFL. With NFL, that is a no-kidding team sport. You have to rely on so many more players. Sure. So, yeah, you're going to have. I feel that you're going to have more of a competition for those playoff spots for the Super Bowl. But it is such a. You are so dependent on individuals in basketball. Yeah, I mean, if you have a guy like LeBron James on your team, that one player is going to make that much of a difference, and you're going to say, well, yeah, I think they're going to go to the NBA Finals. As opposed to, or if they have a guy like that and he gets hurt, now you can say, okay, well, take them out of the playoffs altogether.
Right.
So, two different. I don't think you can really compare them in that way. I think it's more apples to oranges there.
And I'm getting tweets about it. I'm sure Cedric's ready to send it to me as well. You don't need to tell me I'm a hypocrite. I know that. I know I'm the biggest hypocrite on the planet. Are. The fact that I don't like dynasties. I don't like seeing the same team over and over. When the Patriots were the most dominant team in football, and they're still pretty close, but not like they once were 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I'm not a big fan of that. And if it wasn't this whole thing on LeBron, my boy LeBron, yeah. No, Larry's not going to call me stupid. You are. Then it's different. But I want that shirt. I love haters. Have you seen the shirt?
You do, yeah.
I do. I do love haters.
Absolutely. Embrace them.
I embrace the grind, which is my boy up there in Columbus who does Cage Fighter. I love haters. And if you hate it, I like it. If you like it, I'm not a big fan of it.
There you go.
That's why I don't like cheeseburgers. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, don't lie. If it's food, you like it.
I do. Matter of fact, while we're doing this show, and I know I'm going to get ripped for it from my producer, while we're doing the show, I am talking to Nems in Seattle about the buffet the buffet brunch we're doing after the UFC event.
That is crazy.
I'm staying an extra day to eat.
This is my surprise face.
Yeah, I know you're shocked.
No, and you're hitting up Salty's again, right?
We are hitting up Salty's more than once. Salty's out there in Seattle. If you're coming out for the UFC, if you're coming out for, a football game, a basketball game, a hockey game, and I'm not saying pro. It could be in the streets. It could be in the high school. It could be in the collegiate level. Whatever it is, check out Salty's.
You're going to have friends in tow as well.
Yeah, I'm bringing some fighters. Yeah. We're negotiating some fighters. Well, when we know more, we will talk about it.
We only have about 5 minutes left. Want to bring up Tiger sucking it up at the Memorial right now. He finished 2 over on the day, but he is tied at a very stellar 50th right now. Bill Haas I think he shot 5 under on the day. So
you know what's unfair? If it wasn't Tiger, if it wasn't LeBron, if it wasn't, give me another elite in their sport, we don't even report on it. What's L's at? Point. What about McIlroy?
L's is tied at 51.
All right, McIlroy's getting killed too.
Sure.
McIlroy had an awful round.
Well, he's been doing fairly badly recently.
I understand that.
Couple.
But it's not a big deal. It's not,
Bubba Watson tied at 30th.
Earth-shattering. It's... Again, he brings it all upon himself because he's the greatest golfer in the world right now. Whether he's number 1 or whether he's 48, kind of like when Larry said, who would you rather have, whatever. And we can argue, my pick until the cows come home. If you're going out to play a 2-on-2 round of golf, who do you want? Who you take?
Oh, no, you're going to take Tiger.
Exactly.
Of course.
Exactly. I don't know what brought that up.
I don't know. I would take Tiger and Bubba on one team.
I wouldn't. I would take Tiger and Tiger. I would take Steve Monroe and I would take Tiger Woods.
I see what you did there.
You like that, huh?
Yeah.
I got my short game. I got my long game. I got 2 great putters. On and on and on. Bubba's good. But Bubba's main thing. Matter of fact, we have Bubba here at the studio. Hello there. What? You didn't like Bubba saying hello? This is a very limited edition Bubba Watson head cover.
No, I believe that. And if
from Daphne head covers.
Now, that is also because he's wearing the bib overalls, too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the music video he did?
No.
That was fantastic.
I did not.
Definitely have to show that to you because I think he was actually wearing the same outfit.
I hope it was a little bit bigger.
Wasn't as form-fitting. But...
All right, what else we got to? We got 3.5 minutes left. Let me turn the show over to you.
Oh boy! Wow. I believe actually the Rowdies won.
The Rowdies run here. We sang that all night last night.
Really?
See, you're too young to know.
No, I've heard the song.
The theme song.
I used to
sing.
know.
This is what I want you to do. I want you to promise me when you leave the studio. No, I want a promise from you.
Oh God.
Again, this is another one of those internships that you have to follow through on.
Oh no!
When you leave the studio, until you pull into the driveway of your house, you need to sing the Tampa Bay Rowdies theme song over and over and over again. Then I want you to report back in a couple days how long it took you to get that damn song out of your head.
Isn't it a kick in the grass?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a kick in the grass.
That's true. I can't remember who they played. It was just Wednesday night. But it was an MLS team, actually, because they're playing in the U.S. Open Cup.
All right, more importantly, let's talk about John McEnroe.
What is he doing now?
Did you see what happened over at the French? I believe it's the French Open that's going on right now.
Yeah.
It rained for like 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It was they
had a lot of games that were postponed to the next day.
It was in an insane rain delay. The courts were covered. Okay, like they're supposed to do. What do you think happened when it stopped raining? Any thoughts?
Did he... Wait, no, it was covered.
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. He was the reporter talking about this would only happen in France, that then they pulled the cover off after 6.5 hours of rain delay and then watered the courts.
Whoa. Why would they water the courts?
I believe the French is clay.
It is clay.
So then they sprayed down the clay, just like they do at baseball games.
Oh, my God.
6.5 hours, rainwater everywhere. And as soon as they take the drape thing off, the cover off, now they're watering
It's
the club.
the type of water.
It was just
They're
funny.
very stodgy about the type of water that goes on their clay.
I would shoot you with this rubber band, but it could knock out eyeballs.
Then I wouldn't be able to see the show notes. Not that they're any use today because we never stick to them.
Yeah, how true is
Just
that?
saying.
How true is that? How about the NBA rumor, Larry? We can talk about it in 2 weeks. I will not be here next week, but it was rumored before, but it's rumored even more that Howard headed to the Houston Rockets.
You think they have a chance to sign him?
Yeah, I do.
You think they'll throw the type of money he's going to want?
I think I think the Rockets have a legitimate shot. I think he's ready to get out of LA. I think
agreed.
The whole Kobe thing, and Kobe's so difficult to kind of play with anyway. I know that the Hawks are interested, but a lot of reports coming out from Stephen A. Smith, because he had dinner with them just yesterday, that he doesn't want to go back to. I guess he's from outside Atlanta or from Atlanta. So there's a lot of insiders that believe that he will head out to Houston. We need to talk about the Clippers and what happened there, but it doesn't matter who the head coach is. It matters who the star is.
Yeah.
The stars pull the strings.
That's true. And I still don't understand that. And Paul's upset that he's linked to the firing of the former coach.
Right, Del Negro. All right, if you want to follow us on Twitter, feel free to do it at Knockout Radio.
At KO Wags.
Next week, Wednesday night, it'll be run by Wags and Derek Kukulich. Next Friday, you are solo. Have a great weekend, everybody.
What you said.
Yep, see you in 2 weeks.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen,